بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كل نفس ذائقة الموت. The ayah that I have recited from the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said that each and every single soul shall taste death. And as we know of the recent news of the flight in Pakistan, the very sad and devastating news where the plane, it crashed and many people passed away. And, it's the month of Ramadan. We are going through this pandemic. Many people passed away. And just right now, someone messaged me, one of my dear, uh, one of my friends, family friends also passed away. So we have a lot of people who passed away in this month, many near ones, many dear ones, many people who we know, many people who we don't know. I know one of my friends personally, his entire family was on that flight and they were, going to the next city to visit their family. And, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had destined that, this would be their end. So it's very sad. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when his son Ibrahim was passing away, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was tearing, he was crying, and he was saying, وَإِنَّا بِفِرَاقِكَ لَمَحْزُونُونَ يَا Ibrahim. That, oh Ibrahim, we are very sad and we're grieving over this departure. So, it's natural, and that's the natural reaction any person is going to have. And any news that we hear of, someone passing away, especially when they're close to us, but this is a reality of life. And this reality can't be overemphasized. Meaning, it's such a reality that me and you, each and every single one of us, we have to constantly remind ourselves. We have to constantly, keep it in our schedule, keep it in our agenda, keep it in our life plan, our planner, that one day I am going to pass away. That one day my existence is going to come to an end. That one day, I will not be walking on this earth anymore. I will not be breathing on this earth anymore, and I will be under the ground. Right. So this reflection that I want to share with each and every single one of us is, imagine as if today is your last day. Just like we get sad when we hear when a family member passes away or a friend passes away or whatever it may be, we get sad. But does that sadness really change us? To feel sad is okay. It's a natural human reaction. But what Islam expects and desires and wants is that sadness leads to action. Just like when we hear so many good things, in terms of in terms of reward, that if you do a certain deed, you get this much reward, or how forgiving Allah is. We hear those, but are those just for the sake of amusement for the ears, or are they really something which motivate us to become better people? Because that's what is important, right? We can hear all the sad news, but a person is still continuing his old life. If a person, after the month of Ramadan is over, despite hearing all of these deaths and all these, people passing away, if he goes on to live his life as a person who he was before Ramadan, then this is not going to benefit him, right? This is not going to help him in getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to become amongst those people that when we hear this news, it should be like that, like that light bulb which pops up, with that light bulb that turns on, that, wait a minute, this is a reality. My time is going to come as well. One day I will be the one that people will be carrying me, and people will be washing my dead body, and people will be, putting the kafan on me, will shrouding me in the different sheets, the different white sheets, and people will carry me to the graveyard, and my children and my wife, and or whatever the case might be. It can be any one of us at any age. That doesn't wait for anyone. That is why in the Arabic proverb, the poet, he says that La yamna'ul mawta bawwabun wala harasu. That the angel of death, when he comes, no doorkeeper and no guard can stop the angel of death. Right? Back in the days, they used to live in castles, and they used to have these big, huge doors that a person would have to knock on to enter. The poet, he says that no matter how big of a door that you have, and no matter how tight of a security that you have, The angel of death will just enter and he will take your soul away. In the same manner, me and you, we have to really think about where we're headed, what we're doing. Am I preparing for this day or not? Am I preparing for the day that the angel of death comes to me or not? And that's why many of the scholars, they have said so beautifully that if a person, he spends his Ramadan properly, then the remainder of the year he will spend properly. And then that will help him in getting ready for death. Each and every single one of us, we have to really think about that in what condition do I want to depart from this world. We think about the things of this world. We think about, let me get a house, let me get my kids good education, let me give them this much money. All of that is okay, it's allowed, it's permissible, it's even desired. It's good to do all of that, right? Because it's building your foundation, building your community, education. All of that is important. But part of educating and part of upbringing is this reality of death. That am I instilling the reality of death within my children, within my family, making them realize that, listen, one day I will not be here, or one day you will not be here, right? And irrespective of me being here, you not being here, we still have to do what is right. We still have to continue working on our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when a person is focused, when a person is motivated, then inshallah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him that beautiful death. Imagine how beautiful that death is when a person, he's passing away from this world and he sees the angel of death come down with hundreds of angels dressed in white, and they're coming and such beautiful fragrance, and they're going to come and they're going to take out your soul so calmly that the Prophet ﷺ described as if the leaf falling on the floor, how smoothly, how calmly it falls in that beautiful pattern and the manner it falls. There's no aspect of pain over there. In that same manner, me and you, we should aspire that type of death. But remember, just aspiring that type of death without any action is a sign of foolishness, right? That is not what you call an action of an intelligent person. But aspiring for that death, and you are working and you're striving for that death, that is a sign of intelligence. That is a sign that you really want that type of death. We make dua for each and every single thing, but one thing we definitely forget to make dua about is how I will depart from this world. And when we look at the life of the Prophet ﷺ, when we look at the life of the companions, when we look at the life of the pious scholars and the pious ulama and the people who were close with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they lived their life in a manner making sure or trying their best that when their last moment comes, they leave this world in a good way. Right? Imagine praying salah and the angel of death comes to you. Imagine being in such that the closest a person can ever be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the angel of death coming to you. Imagine those people who pass away while they're making tawaf, those people who have the honor of being buried in Jannatul Baqi, in the graveyard of the Shuhada, and where so many companions of the Prophet ﷺ are buried. These are things we should definitely keep in mind. These are definitely things that we should make dua for, because a Muslim, he doesn't just live for this life, he lives for the hereafter life. This world is just a phase for the Muslim, and this world is a phase for him to transfer and to move on to the hereafter life. So we should always keep in mind that whatever I do should be for my investment. Right? A person, he invests in a certain stock, so what later on he can when the stock gets really expensive, he'll have very good return, or he can sell the stock, whatever it may be. When it gets really expensive, when it gets really famous, in the same manner, our stocks are in the hereafter. But we are the ones who are investing in the stock. We are the ones, how much share did we buy in that stock, right? The more and more good deeds we do, the more amazing our investment in our stock will be in the hereafter. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive all of those people who passed away in that plane crash. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon them. And one point I would like to highlight, it was 29th of Ramadan over there in Pakistan when that incident happened. And it was an odd night as well. So it was, it's a very good sign. It's a very good death as well, in the sense that it was an odd night. It's the month of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is already forgiving many people. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also forgive us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us amongst the ones who are granted His mercy, who are granted His forgiveness, and who are freed and granted deliverance from the hellfire. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our fast. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our good deeds. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us amongst those people that after the month of Ramadan is over, we still continue to strive and we still continue to make an effort in getting near him and in attaining his nearness and in attaining that taqwa. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.